What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here. In this video, we are going to focus on the Quad LaLoon, but more of a how-to and getting in the mindset of a really good attacker in our clan who uses it pretty much exclusively, freshes almost every base that he hits in friendly challenge as well as wars. I don't even remember how long his streak was of 3-star attacks. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, and we'll talk with Alistair. All right, so we have one of our better, if not the best, air attacker, Quad LaLooner in our clan, Alistair, and he's graciously decided to come and join us for this video, and we can pick his brain and see what's happening with all these different attacks and what he's doing, why he does it, and why he chooses his composition slash spell. So, welcome, Alistair. How's everything?
Good, thank you very much.
Uh,
It's made me blush from the get-go.
All right, good. It's only gonna get worse. So, especially after we watch these attacks. So, what exactly are you looking for? Generally speaking, we're gonna go through 4 attacks, but generally speaking, what are you looking for when you're gonna do your Quad LaLoon?
So there's a couple things. First, I want to see where the clan castle is, the queen is, and the air sweepers are. Well, and the air defenses, of course. But first of all, I want to see if I can hero swap for either the CC or the queen. If I can get either one of those, then I'll say this base is perfect for Quad Lalo.
Is one more
Then you look
important
at
than
the
the other? Like, is the queen more important than the clan castle, or is the clan castle more important than the queen?
Uh, in my opinion, I think the clan castle is more important than the queen.
Okay.
I'll use the poison spell just to slow down damage from the queen, so she can just stay up the whole raid. I don't really care on that sort of front. But if I can get one or the other, I find it as a win. But yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna look at a bunch of different styles of bases. Some where we have to lure the clan castle with the loons. Some of them where we don't. If it's a hound and you do the lure and nothing comes out, then you're good to go. If you know it's a cleanup attack and you know it's a hound, then you can do exactly what you mentioned before and just go straight after the queen if possible. Now, if the queen and clan castle are both in like centralized, where you can get neither the queen or clan castle, what are you thinking there?
In that situation, I'd find just taking one poison spell for the clan castle is my best bet. Just because I'm useless with scully spells.
Okay.
But yeah, if I attack a base and I can't get the clan castle or the queen, I'll just make sure my pathing on my hounds is in such a way that I take out the queen just before I take out all the air defenses, just so I know where the hounds are going to be and where my poison spells have to be. And since I'm placing down my hounds before my loons, the clan castle is going to be basically where the queen is. So I can use a poison spell really effectively and usually poison both the queen and the clan castle, which is pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. So why don't we go ahead and get into these 4 different attacks, and I'll let you kind of run the show as far as commentating and telling why you do what you do. Also, maybe like when you send your kill squad in, you're obviously trying to either get the clan castle or the queen or both, and you're trying to get to shave a couple of the defenses off of one of the sides so you can do your LaLoon deployment and do it such as either you're coming in a clockwise or counterclockwise or just hitting the base straight on, shaving the sides, whatever it is. So I'll let you talk about the entry and then why you're deploying your LaLoon at that time.
Yeah, sweet. So you've got a base 21 up in
Yeah, so
up
we'll
on your
we'll
screen.
we'll go ahead and get into that right now. Okay, so we've got number 21. Well, it doesn't really matter, but the base we'll call it 21 for here. So I'm going to let Alistair explain what his goal is on entry and as far as what he wants to accomplish and why, and then we'll start the video and watch the attack.
Yeah, perfect. So on this base specifically, what I look for is obviously the clan castle is out of reach from a loon lure, but on the other hand, the queen is on the edge of the base. So what I was trying to do at the start of this, I was going to give it a couple of seconds to try and get the queen in front of the king, but I just did a hero swap to get the queen out of the way. And seeing as though all the air defenses are all on one side of the base, but with the air sweepers facing them, I just came in behind the air sweepers at the whole base, basically at the same time. So on the 3 o'clock side, you can tank 2 wizard towers, an expo, and the 2 archer towers, and same thing mirrored on the 6 o'clock side. So it's perfect pathing for your hounds, and you can just overrun the space. Super simple.
All right, so let's take a look at it. And you brought 1 poison, so that's pretty gutsy. Because I don't think you're going to need it for the queen, or you're saving it for the clan castle, which I think is a baby dragon, correct?
Yes, that is correct. If I can kill the queen without my poison, I find that as a win.
Okay, so that's right. I'm gonna go ahead and start the video right now, and
Yep.
it's playing right here. So we've got it going. So you can
So at the start of this, you can see that the queen is about to go in front of the king, but they were at the same point at the same time. So I was trying to get the queen just with my king. And if I could have got that, I could have suicided my queen to get an air defense at the back of the base, but it didn't quite work that way.
Okay, so
so a little bit of a fail at the beginning.
So you're not even getting the queen yet because she's still going on the town hall. So no poison used on the queen. So she's still pounding away on the town hall. Now she's going at the lab. So now she finally focused. You have to pop the ability, and at this point, the rest of this is you can start your LaLoon because there's nothing else for the queen. She's not going to get anything else at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a baby
and
dragon.
Out of the clan castle is just the baby dragon. So poison will deal with him quite easily.
Now you're dropping that poison where these lava hounds are kind of camping out on the AD, so it stays in that that poison for as long as possible. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. I also use a haste and a rage on either side. I find that was good value. And since the baby dragon was taking out my hound on the 9 o'clock side, that's where my heal was going to be placed. So it all worked out. And yeah, at this point, I've got a minute.
You've got a minute left from me, or a minute and 2 seconds. So you've got 4 loons still, and 2. Now you're holding back the minions instead of putting the minions down for cleanup. Is that? Are you just seeing where everything's going before you do that, or are you just swagging?
Yeah, so I just want to figure out where the loons are going to stop, and then I'll just place my minions usually on the other side.
Okay. So you actually used your 4 loons to take out the rest of those defenses just to make sure you could get those Teslas, and I forget what else was there. So, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
And so the rest is just cleanup. I didn't notice how much time was the total attack. Was it like 2.5 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, I think the total attack was 2.5 minutes. I spent about a good 30 seconds on the queen kill. The attack until I got the last defense took about a minute. And usually with this attack, you're looking at about a minute cleanup. So
all right.
Kill the queen at the beginning, or you can kill the queen super quick. Usually the attack only lasts 2 minutes.
All right. So there's the composition. I don't know if we use the exact same composition every time, but we'll look at another one. Looking at number 23, a similar-ish type of base. I mean, when I say that, that's the new meta of everybody putting 4 ADs on one side, but you can see the clan castle is way offset, and the queen is still accessible if needed. But I'll let Alistair talk about what he decided to do on this particular base.
Yeah, so on this one specifically, CC is lureable. So what I find is the best sort of practice. If the CC is right on the edge of the base, you want to test it with 1 minion. If nothing comes out, it's a hound.
Or a golem or a P.E.K.K.A. and you don't care either way.
Exactly. And if it's one of those things, you can just ignore the CC. But this base, the CC was inset a little bit, so a minion couldn't quite get it. I had to use a balloon.
Okay.
But super easy lure. I could get my heroes in just outside of that archer tower at 1 o'clock, get the CC kill, and then I could start my Lalo as soon as possible. The reason I didn't go after the queen this time, as well as the CC, just because there's too many high hit point structures around the outside.
All those storage units.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would have had to have come in at 2 archer towers at the same time, the CC and the queen. And I'm quite frugal when it comes to my kill squad, so I just use my heroes. If I have to use my poison, I will, but I'll try not to. And to get the queen was a little bit audacious, so I just went for the CC on this one.
Awesome. All right, so let's play the video. I'll tell you when it starts playing on my side. It should be right now. All right, so it's live. 2 minutes to go. So you beat this in just about 2 minutes. So there goes the lure right there with the loon and getting the baby dragon. Then you drop your king queen, and I'll let you go from there since you're probably on the same page as me.
Yeah, so the CC, I know the CC is going to die about here. So to be honest, I think that's a win. The air sweepers at this point are facing, in my opinion, the wrong way.
Okay.
So I can just come in behind both of the air sweepers and take out the base without them playing a huge factor. In my opinion, I think the air sweeper is probably the strongest defense against Lalo at the moment.
And you got a nice split on that
was,
one loon that took out the side archer tower, and then everything else goes right into the exactly the way you want to, and kind of like that counterclockwise C or horseshoe shape. So everything's working out perfectly.
exactly.
Still got
And
two rages and a heal. So
yeah, when you can direct target the defenses, it just makes the attack look so much better.
so
I've saved my poison for the queen just to slow her damage down. So I don't think I'm going to get the queen at any point anytime soon. But that's just to slow her damage down. So I've got hounds for when I need them, sort of thing.
and you, I mean, normally what you really want is the pups or to take her out. That's you don't want to really wait until the end of the attack, like here, where the loons are just going to drop one boom and take care of her. I mean, it works good, but ultimately you want her attacking a lava hound if possible, popping that, being under poison, and the pups taking her out. Is that correct, or you just don't you don't
That
care if it's
is
the loons?
on this one specifically, since I was so close to the end of the base and there was no air defenses. I still had basically all my big elixir spells left. I found the queen was not going to be a factor. She wouldn't be able to take out all, I think, like 300 of my
Yeah,
balloons.
exactly.
So I just poisoned her to slow her damage down.
And that was the reason you came in on that side, specifically all the way on the top right at the noon, because you wanted to end up on the queen instead of her shooting the balloons the entire time. So
yeah, exactly.
all right, awesome. Let's go into the next one. This is the last base we're going to look at. It has 4 air defenses all to one side. The next one we're going to look at actually has them spread out. So we're going to go ahead and step through this one real quick again. So go ahead and tell me, as far as this base goes, what your thought process is.
Awesome. So this one was a little bit funny. It was the week I had my heroes upgrading. So as you can see, the CC and Queen are both on the edge of the base. So with my heroes, I could have got the CC and the Queen. Unfortunately, I had to be a little bit. I had to switch up the plan just a little bit. So luckily for me, the CC was right on the edge of the base, so I could lure it with a minion.
Right.
And take an extra couple of minions this raid, because I know 10 minions can take out basically any CC or any CC that's going to hurt my Lalo. Obviously, a hound might be a little bit different. But yeah, it's super straightforward. I can follow the air defenses around, and I can overall just roll the base.
Okay, cool.
Not much to this one.
All right, we'll take a look at this one and see exactly how you do it without your heroes. So that's a pretty good example of that. So we'll look at that right now. All right, so we're starting this thing out, watching the minion hitting, or not. I don't think the minion got the lure. Okay, there. Now the minion gets the lure of the. I think it's a baby dragon and a witch, which is a common clan castle. So you're pulling out to the 9 o'clock, correct?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Unfortunately, my first few minions were a little bit wasteful, but I end up managing
what are
to
you
get
doing
the
with
CC kill
what are
with
you
the
doing
rest.
with your? Oh, you're just trying to kill the clan castle with minions. Okay, so you're using the poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't the witches? Why doesn't the witch come over for the minions? She can target that, or is it?
Yeah, she is. The skeletons stay behind, but she comes over. Which is fine.
I see. I missed her. Yeah, I missed. That's my fault. Okay, so and you're going very
one
heavy.
witch can't really do much to a hound. So,
Exactly.
I think she's fine.
Yeah, so you're going really heavy at the 7 o'clock with loons.
Yeah, so on this space, I got real lucky. I found the Tesla farm from my entry, which was really cool. I could take out that and just blow through the rest of the base without having any surprises come up at me.
And I see you hold your spells pretty, like I think maybe one of the things I'm doing wrong is I'm using my rages a little early, and you're keeping them almost till 50% or more of the defenses are down before you even use one.
Yeah. Well, because at the beginning at the base, you can direct target most of the defenses, and usually you just put down 2 balloons on it. So whichever defense you're targeting, you can just use a couple of hastes to get them there quicker. So it's basically a poor man's rage spell. But at the end of the base, you don't know if you're going to have 1 balloon go to a defense or 3, sort of thing. And of course, you've got the queen to deal with, or that's how I usually deal with it. The queen
Yeah.
at the end.
And I saw you drop the rage on the queen, which when the lava hound popped, the pups went right to her, and she can't do anything at that point.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's all over. All right, let's look at the last one, and we'll check that out. So this is our last one we're going to look at, and it's going to be one where the air defenses are more in a line, with one towards the 3 o'clock. So it's more spread out, not on one side. So I'll let you explain what you're doing here. You actually have your heroes on this one, so you're not playing handicap. So
Yeah, exactly. So on this space, luckily for me, it was a cleanup attack, so I knew what was in the clan castle, and funnily enough, it was just a hound, so I
Okay.
could just ignore it.
Cool. So we're going to see how we handle a hound in the clan castle, which actually means we don't handle the hound because we don't care about it.
Well, exactly. So on this space, there is no clear hound pathing. If you try and come in at any specific air defense, you don't know if your hound is going to go zigzag or wonky.
To which AD after, yeah,
it's
exactly.
too hard to control, and you don't want to risk too much on an attack. So what I did with this one, instead of taking an extra rage and an extra heal, and whatever other spells I took in the previous ones, I took a Zap Quake.
Perfect.
Just to take out that middle air defense to make my hound pathing very clear, from 12 to 3 to 6.
Perfect. Exactly.
And as I said, I do just ignore the clan castle, so I can just start my Lalo from the get-go, and my heroes will just be clean up at the end.
Yeah, so you're not even going to attempt to do a queen, even though the queen is kind of accessible on this one. If you try to get the queen, you're most definitely going to get the hound, and you might not even get the queen at that point because it's your queen is going to get stuck on the hound before she goes and attacks the enemy queen, and she's going to have a couple of point defenses, possibly splash damage on her to get that, which she probably won't last that long. So I'm guessing that's why you'd let it go.
Yeah, exactly. And how I see it is, if my heroes can suicide to get the CC alone, I find that as a victory. In this space, the CC is already it's irrelevant. So I've got my heroes for the cost of nothing.
Perfect.
Basically.
All right, so let's take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and play it in just a second. If you notice, though, all of these attacks are under 2.5 minutes. A lot of them are right in the 2 minute mark. So it's a great example of why how you want to do this kind of thing with speed. You don't have to really worry about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, there we go. It's playing back. You've already started the LaLoon deployment right into the attack immediately. You haven't even used your Zap Quake yet, so not a good thing. Your hounds are getting hit by that middle. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, I was just being a little bit lazy. But
yeah. So kids, use your Zap Quake first. Yes.
To do it efficiently and do it on the fly, but to get the loons down and everything, it took a little bit long. So the Zap Quake did come out a little bit late, but it did come out before that air defense went down, so it didn't affect the hound pathing at all.
But you could technically Zap Quake it before you even deploy your LaLoon.
Well, exactly. I had 30 seconds of the raid I didn't even use, so you have 30 seconds to play with the Zap Quake if you wanted.
Okay. So we're just kind of going. I mean, this is a perfect. Once you eliminate that thing, it's a perfect quad, whatever, pento, any kind of LaLoon deployment because it goes just around in a half circle. No things to worry about. You've got a rage for the back end to take out the Tesla, the Wizard Tower, and the Queen. Pups are going to go ahead and take her out right now under rage, and I think you only need about 3 to 4 pups to take out a queen, especially if she's focused on a lava hound or loons. Those pups take her out so quick under rage. I think they do probably like maybe 60 damage per second, and if you got 4 of them, you're going to knock her out in about 4 seconds or less. So
yeah, exactly.
And
And
you,
as you can see, I did save my heroes for cleanup, so
yeah,
very
which
good use of
you didn't
heroes.
even need. You didn't even need them because those that you have about 7 or 8 loons in here, pups, and a lava hound that would have cleaned that stuff up without them. You just would have. You just wouldn't have beat it under 2 minute or a 2 minute mark. You would have probably been about 2.5 minutes instead. So, very nice
Exactly.
attacks, man. I hope that we get a chance to do this a little bit more often. I mean, I'm still working on the attack. Every base is different. It's not as simple as just dropping loons and hounds and just collecting your 3 star, although some people say it is. There's thought process to go into each of the different styles of base and what you're going to accomplish out of your kill squad slash how you're going to do your LaLoon deployment and what spells you want to bring in. So we appreciate you coming on here, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for putting all this stuff together. And you got any other words of advice for everybody out there?
No, I guess the main thing is just practice. FCs are a new feature in the game, or relatively new. Use them to the death. Just keep practicing all different types of attacks. Lalo is a great one if you're learning air. Quad Lalo is, I think, the most um, universal at the moment. Just practice. And thank you very much, Apollyon, for having me on. Yeah, I'd love to have another go at this.
All right, great, man. Thanks a lot. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Another big shout out to Alistair for taking his time and really going through all these attacks, putting the different ones together for me, and stepping through each one and what he was thinking from beginning to end. So we appreciate that. If you all like this, please give it a like, subscribe, and if you want to see more of these how-tos slash just interviews with clanmates on different styles, let me know. I know these are long. I understand that. And everybody's gonna be like, stop talking, get into the attacks. But honestly, I do the attacks all the time with the ground and air attack videos. Just watch them. There's very little commentating in the beginning and end. It's just going right into attack and watching the attacks. This is a different type of video. So let me know what you guys think about this. Just the extra talking. Anyway, share them with your clanmates if you guys like it. I'm sure they will benefit and like it as well. And as always, go ahead and get used to these type of things. Do these friendly challenges, get those 6 star clan wars, and practice those 6 star attacks.